Welcome back to the Mountain Man Medical YouTube channel. Thanks for hanging out. In today's video, we're going to talk about why this is the best trauma kit on the market. I'm a little bit biased, I know, but hang out, we're going to talk about that next. All right, now let's talk a little bit about why I think that this is the best kit on the market. This is the Yellowstone Trauma Kit. This was our flagship model when we first launched Mountain Man Medical, and it is still our current best seller. So I designed this kit to be able to handle the most amount of trauma injuries while trying to keep it as low of a cost as possible, while stocking it with the most quality gear I can get a hold of. So all of the gear that's in this is proven and tested. It's got tons of data that backs it up. It's used by law enforcement and EMS and medical providers all around the world. So this is quality stuff for the least amount of money that you're going to find it anywhere else. So if you want to pick up your own Yellowstone Trauma Kit, head over to mountainmanmedical.com and look at this particular model. This is our best seller, but let's go ahead and talk about the kit and see what's in it. All right, so we're going to start with the outside of the bag, and it's got some key details that you might want to know about. First, we're going to have our patches up front. We got the Mountain Man Medical here, and then we got our quick identifier patch so that everybody knows that this is a trauma kit. It makes it easily identifiable. So if you tell somebody, go get the trauma kit, it's under the car seat, it's under the passenger seat of my car, they'll know exactly what they're looking for. Easy identifiers. One of the other things that you might do is get it staged up with this blood type patch. We sell these are PVC patches, high quality, easy to see, and they'll last you a long time. So we do sell those on the Mountain Man Medical site as well, if that's something that you're interested in. Going on, we've got the pull tabs here. I wanted to spring for a bag with better zippers. So these are some high quality zippers. Generally, the first thing that's going to fail on your trauma kit are going to be the zippers, especially in an arduous environment. So we've got some good pull tabs here that you can get a hold of if your hands are sweaty or bloody, and you can get this kit open nice and quick and easy. We got our grab handle so that you can run to the casualty and have your bag secure in your hand, or you can pull it up out of the bottom of another bag and get a hold of it that way. And then on the back, we've got some MOLLE equipment so that you can attach this to whatever bags or anything else that you need to, or maybe even on your belt if that's something that you want to do. We don't put these trauma shears on the outside of the kit. Normally they're on the inside, but I like to have them staged here. We just take the loop, run it through the MOLLE straps here, and then we just run the tab through and then lock it down nice and tight, and it stays right there on the outside of the kit where you can get it nice and quick and easy. That does it for the outside of the bag. Let's take a look at some of the contents on the inside. All right, let's open this bag up. On the inside, we're going to have our tourniquet. Now, this is an upgrade tourniquet. This kit is currently going for $109 with either the cat tourniquet or the soft T wide. So if you don't want the cat tourniquet, you prefer the soft T, not a big deal. Just make the selection on the website and you'll get yourself whichever tourniquet that you want. If you prefer to have the SWAT T tourniquet, which is an excellent tourniquet, but some people might prefer the cat tourniquet. If you want the SWAT T, that's available, and that drops the price of the kit down to under $100. Pretty good deal in my opinion. Moving on, we've got our elastic wrap, and this is more kind of like an ACE wrap. ACE wraps are the brand name. The generic term is an elastic wrap, and these are hook and loop, so it secures by Velcro, so that you can wrap your injury and you don't have to worry about having those little nasty clips, right? Those things suck. I hate them. The hook and loop, much better product. Made sure to include those. You can use this for sports injuries and that kind of thing, but it's also beneficial. You can use this as a improvised pressure dressing pretty easily with the included gauze. Now, this isn't a ton of gauze. This isn't going to wound pack a huge wound, but we do have some extra here for minor wounds and for minor injuries. So we've got 2 packs of that. Continuing on with our wound packing, we have some quick clot. This is hemostatic gauze, and hemostatic just means that it makes the blood clot quicker, right? And we've got some here for your wound packing and that kind of stuff. High quality. I've used this stuff before and it works. Back behind there, we've got our chest seals, and this comes in a twin pack. so that if you are dealing with penetrating trauma to the chest, you got a bullet that takes you here, you might have an exit wound as well. You have to be able to patch up both of those holes, so you've got 2 hyphen chest seals. Coming here to the other side, we've got 2 sets of gloves. They're blue so that you can see the blood show up on your hands as you're doing your blood sweeps during your casualty assessment phase. There's 2 pairs in there. One reason for that is so I've run up on a lot of casualties before and ripped through that first set of gloves. So you have a backup pair if that happens to you, or an extra pair that you can hand off to a helper who is assisting you in taking care of the casualty. And then the other item here, of course, is is a permanent marker. So this is just going to help you to keep track of vital signs, write down addresses, take notes, or keep track of the times of your tourniquet. You mark your casualty with a big T on their forehead and then the time that you applied that tourniquet. That's the general idea. Don't stress too much if you don't do it, but it's helpful if you can remember. Behind that, we have our North American Rescue Trauma ETD, Emergency Trauma Dressing. And this is a small pressure dressing that you can use to take care of junctional wounds. So anytime that you have a wound to your neck, your armpit, or your groin, your junctions, a place where 2 body parts come together, you can't take care of that with the tourniquet, right? It just won't work. So you need to know how to do wound packing. And the way that you keep the gauze packed down into the wound and applying direct pressure to the artery is by keeping it in place with a pressure dressing. This is one of those essential items. I highly recommend that you have it. At the time of this recording, we are actually back ordered on these emergency trauma dressings. So if this is what you want, we don't have it right now. What we're doing instead is we're stocking our kits with the TacMed Solutions Traumatic Emergency Bandage. And it's a little more expensive, but you're not going to eat that cost. We're going to eat that, so you don't have to worry about it. It's going to be the same price for you, but that's what we're doing. It's pretty much the exact same product. It's just more expensive is all. So that's what we're doing in the meantime while we're back ordered on the emergency trauma dressings. And the last item that we do not put in the kit, but I recommend that you upgrade your kit with, is a SWAT tee. This is a multi-purpose item. You can use it as a tourniquet or as a pressure dressing or as a sling or a bunch of other things. And the reason why I suggest that you upgrade your kit with this is because it adds redundancy. Now you have 2 tourniquets instead of just the one. So if you're working on somebody with a life-threatening wound to both legs or a leg and an arm, you're able to take care of them with 2 tourniquets. Or if you need an extra pressure dressing, you've got that as well. So this is just very beneficial for increasing the effectiveness of your kit overall. So having one of these in your kit is something that I always do for me, and I recommend that you do the same. Now, one of the things that a lot of medics will talk about, and I agree with, is that having your tourniquet on the outside of your kit where it's an easy access, so you don't have to open it up and go running through your kit to find it. So having your tourniquet on the outside of your kit can be pretty beneficial, and one of the ways that you can do that, we have these soft tourniquet holders. They have a little bit of Velcro in the front. You can add a patch, put your tourniquet in here, and it just opens and closes, keeps your tourniquet nice and neat on the outside of your kit. And it also has a little slot for your trauma shears, so you can keep those stowed on the outside and not inside your kit where it's going to be more difficult to get to. So you got it on the outside, cut yourself out of a seat belt, cut someone else out of a seat belt or their clothes, get eyes on the wound, take good care of them. Another option that might work for you is some of these hard tourniquet holders. They have a little patch here on the front so that you can identify medical and that this is a tourniquet, and the cat tourniquet fits down in that nice and neat, and that might work better for you. All right, guys, that's all I got for you. Thanks for hanging out and checking out the Yellowstone Trauma Kit. I really believe that this is the best trauma kit on the market. I know I'm biased. I know that this is the company that I work for, but I've designed this kit to take care of as much life-threatening wounds as possible while trying to keep it as inexpensive as possible, because I want more people to take care of more people. The more people that have trauma kits, the better. Everybody should have one. Everybody should have their own. So if this is something that you need, head over to mountainmanmedical.com, check out the Yellowstone Trauma Kit. Now, You go out, you buy yourself a fancy new trauma kit. Great. Do you know how to use what's in it? How do you apply tourniquets, pressure dressings, chest seals? How do you wound pack? All of this stuff is very important. If you don't know how to use the gear, it's not going to do you any good. All right, so we got an emergency trauma course. This will teach you how to use all the things that are in your kit. So if you want to learn how to use all the items, that's a perfect way to do it because it's free. You don't have to pay anything. You go to the site, you take the course. It's only like an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes or so. It won't take you a whole lot of time, and you'll learn how to use everything in it and take care of yourself or somebody else. Don't forget to hit a like and subscribe. That's a free way to support me here at the channel. Be ready for whatever the mountain throws at you. I'll catch you guys in the next one.